Hello, boys and girls. In math today, we are going to talk about adding and subtracting mentally. So that means in our heads. So without drawing a number line or without counting items, trying to subtract in our heads, okay? So we've done a lot of practice with this, and we have the tools and the foundation for being able to do it, but now we've just actually got to do it and actually got to try it. So this is something that will be very helpful for you your whole life. I do mental math in my head all the time. So this will be something that is very helpful and very useful for you. So let's get started on this. Boys and girls, this is our last math lesson of first grade. So I don't want you to feel super duper stressed by this. I want to just introduce this and for you to try it on the worksheet and do the best that you can. But I don't want you to become super frustrated with it. Because if you don't totally understand it, that's okay, because you're going to go over more of this in second grade. Okay? All right. So now that we're all chill, let's begin. Okay, so I'm going to write a math problem on the board, and we're going to talk about how to solve it. Okay, so let's do 37 minus 2 plus 20 equals, okay, so 37 minus 2 plus 20. Okay, so remember how we've done adding with three numbers? Well, now we're doing adding and subtracting with three numbers. This looks kind of crazy, kind of hard, but guess what? You have the tools to do it. So we're going to start off. We can solve this problem by going from left to right. Okay, that's how, don't want my board to fall. That's how we usually read, right? We go from left to right. So you can do the same thing with this problem, starting from the left and going to the right. Okay, so the first part is 37 minus 2. Okay, 37 minus 2. Now, without drawing a number line or having 37 items, taking 2 away and counting how many we have left, what can we do? Well, we can count back in our heads, right? We know our numbers up to 100 really well, so we can count backwards in our heads. So let's start at 37, and we need to count back by ones 2 times because we're subtracting 2. Okay, so let's try this. So 37, 36, 35. 37 minus 2 equals 35. Good. Okay, did we solve the problem? No, we didn't, because there's still another part to it. But right here, I'm going to put the number 35. So I remember we already solved this. Okay, so now it's 35 plus 20, right? This stays the same. So 35 plus 20. Well, 20 is how many tens? 2 tens, right? It's 2 tens. So we can, in our heads, add 35 and 20 by counting on by tens. So let's start at 35, because that's where we are at this point. 35 plus 10 is 45, and another 10 is 55. So 35 plus 20, or 35 plus 2 tens, equals 55. So that means that 37 minus 2 plus 20 equals 55. Okay, that makes sense how we got there, right? All right, let's try another one so we are ready to go. We'll just do 1 or 2 more just to make sure we're ready. All right, here we go. Perfect. Okay, let's do 18 plus 20 minus 3. Whew. Again, we got a plus and a minus sign. We've got 3 numbers. Let's see what we can do. So which side do we start on, the left or the right? Left. Just like with reading, we start on the left. Good. All right, so we have to do 18 plus 20. Now we're going to do this in our head without writing, without using a chart. We're going to do it in our head. So 18 plus 20. 20 is 2 tens. So we need to add 10 2 times to 18. Okay, so 18, what's 10 more than 18? 28, right? Because we just added a 10 to 18, so that would give it 28. It would have another 10 here. Then we need to add another 10 because we're adding two 10s. So we add another 10 and we get 38. Okay? So we are at 38. 18 plus 20 equals 38. Okay? Because we started at 18. We added one 10. So then we had 28, and then we added another 10, so then we had 38. Okay? Now it's minus 3. Take away 3. Okay? So now we're going to count backwards from 38. Now we've got to count backwards so we can see how many we have left. Okay? So 38, let's count backwards by ones 3 times because we have 3 ones. So we got to count back by ones 3 times. Okay? So 38. Let's see, 37, 36, 35. We counted back 3 times, and what number did we say? 35. 35. Here we go. See, we got 35. So 18 plus 20 minus 3 equals 35. So remember, boys and girls, this part is pretty tricky where you have to add the 10s. Remember, if you're adding just 10s, the ones doesn't change. Okay, the ones doesn't change because you're not adding ones, right? There's a 0 there. You're only adding 10s. So you can know that only the 10s number changes. So it goes from 18 to 38 because we added 2 10s or 20. All right, one last one, and then you can work on your worksheet. Let's see. All right, here we go. So we're going to do 65 minus 20 plus 3 equals. All right, 65 minus 20 plus 3. All right, which side do we start on? Left or right? Left. Good. So 65 minus 20. Okay, this time we're taking away 10s. We're taking away 10s, but we're not taking away 1s, right? 20 has a 0 in the 1s place. So the 1s is going to stay the same. So it's going to stay 5, but it's the 10s that are going to change. Okay, so we have 65. What if we take away 10? One 10 from 65. What do we have? 55, right? So we have one less 10, so that gives us 55. But then we got to take another one away. We take away 2 10s, so let's take away another 10, and that gives us 45. So 65 minus 20, 45. All right? So we have the first part, 65 minus 20. We took away 2 10s. We have 45. Now we're going to add 3. And that equals, in our head, we can count on, right? So 45, 46, 47, 48. Okay, so I added 3, right? I counted on 3. And what number did I end on? 48. Yes, boys and girls, 48. Okay, so we figured out that 65 minus 20 plus 3 equals 48. See, boys and girls, you can do this. You have all the tools you need to be able to do this. I'm also going to send you a 100s chart because that is very helpful when when adding and subtracting 10s, especially if you have a number other than 0 in the 1s place. It makes it a little bit trickier. So I'll also send a 100s chart because that will just be helpful for you. If you can do it in your head without the 100s chart, awesome. If you need the 100s chart, also awesome. Use what you need to be able to understand and learn. Okay, so boys and girls, you're going to go ahead and work on your worksheet, and I hope that you really enjoy this. I've loved teaching you math this year, and I love all the different things that we get to learn together, and I hope that you have enjoyed it too. All right, you're going to do a great job on your worksheet.